Look at child abuse awareness with Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. Please subscribe, like, and share. Matthew 18, verse 10. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. And always remember, when you feel hopeless on a lot of these things, please remember, but whoso shall feel one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. The Copyright Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Also, note that the Bible also says in Colossians 3:21, fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. Amen on that. Hey, good to see you too. Thanks for being here. This guy, the culprit, this monster today is Mickel W. 25 years old, of Topeka, Kansas, raped and murdered 5-year-old Zoey Felix. No words to describe that other than what this is happening to much people. Where the Kansas man arrested, booked into jail, rape murder of 5-year-old girl in Topeka. A 25-year-old Kansas man has been arrested in the rape and death of a 5-year-old girl in Topeka, according to a police spokesperson. Police responded to a medical call to the Dillon's fuel pumps. See, here's the fuel pumps. Would over here. That culprit did that in southeast Topeka, where the girl was treated for injuries. Monster for sure, no doubt about that. A 25-year-old Kansas man was arrested and booked into a jail for the rape and murder of a 5-year-old child in Topeka on Monday, a police spokesperson said. I'm going to get the date on this was there. This was October the 3rd when this was here. October the 5th was on a Thursday. That must have been October the 2nd, I would assume, this year. Arriving officers found members of the Topeka Fire Department attempted to provide life-saving measures to the child. She was taken to a hospital where she was later pronounced dead, Nichols said. Sorry, I don't have enough words to describe it, okay? There's a lot of thoughts running through my mind, but I can't. It's infuriating. The child was identified Tuesday morning as Zoey Felix of Topeka. Investigators determined that the child's death was suspicious and identified a suspect, Nichols said. This was before they found the suspect, so this was the initial first one, right? The man who investigators said knew the girl was arrested and booked into the Shawnee County Jail on suspicion of first-degree felony murder and rape of a child that is younger than 14 years old. Wow. This is the instances where I think the death penalty should take death sorry, the death penalty. Even if the child wouldn't have died, this is one instance where I would say raping a 4-year-old child. Then he murdered her. He is being held on a $2 million bond. I don't think he needs any kind of bond. I know that kind of bond will be hard to set, be hard to get, but still, I don't think he should have any bond. Although the man had been identified, the star is withholding naming him until formal charges are filed. Because of an ongoing investigation, no further additional information was available, Nichols said. Anyone with information regarding the information is asked to email tellpd at topeka.org. Wow, I hate it when it shifts the screen. Or call the Criminal Investigations Bureau at 785-368-9400 or Shawnee County Crime Stoppers at 785-234-0007. I'm going to go back one because I was at this other story. The next, okay, let's go here. This is where brutally taken from us, man swiftly arrested over murder, rape of a 5-year-old Kansas girl. Police said Mickel W. Cherry was arrested on charges of first-degree murder and rape. And that was, look at the girl. Look how cute she was. Look how beautiful. She did not deserve this, y'all. She did not deserve any of that. He needed death row before he even murdered her. Just from the rape alone, he needed. You know, there's got to be other kids he's messed with. That can't be his first one. I have y'all to know I've got a granddaughter that's named Zoe. So, and hearing the name Zoe, it kind of hits me hard too. A man was arrested less than 24 hours after the rape and killing of a young girl in Kansas this week. But here they got the name, okay? Mickel W. Cherry, age 25 at Topeka, was booked into the Shawnee County Jail just after 4 a.m. Tuesday on charges of first-degree murder and rape, according to the online jail records reviewed by People. Make it big as I can. Police responded to the scene at a Topeka gas station around 6 p.m. Monday after receiving a report of a medical call, according to a press release from the Topeka Police Department. The first responders with the Topeka Fire Department were attempted to save 5-year-old Zoey Felix's life. Zoe was taken to a local hospital where she was later pronounced dead, police said. Her cause of death has not been shared by authorities. Yeah, it's hard hitting when children are involved. Yes, it is. She lost her life. Police said investigators quickly determined that the death was suspicious in nature and swiftly identified Cherry as a suspect, the release states. He was arrested a short time later and is known to the victim, according to the police. He's known to the victim. Did the parents trust him? to be alone with a kid? Is that how he ended up with her? Since she knew the victim, since you know what I'm saying, since she knew the victim and the victim knew him. Y'all, just because you know someone, that does not mean you should trust them either. Stop it. Every time I try to go down something, it tries to change it. Okay. Joe records show Cherry is being held on $2 million bond. His next court appearance is scheduled for December the 21st. It's unclear if he has entered a plea or retained an attorney to speak on his behalf. I would like to hear when somebody does that the case and stuff like that. I want to be at YouTube and watch the case. Why are we funding these monsters to still stay in jail? Why are we still funding them? He didn't give the kids any extra rights or anything. Police Chief Brian Williams declined to comment to WIBW. Oh yeah, I didn't show this part, did I? According to WIBW TV, booking records show Cherry was homeless. Reports that he lived in the same homeless camp as Zoe's family. So Zoe was homeless as well. That poor sweet girl was homeless. Why? Police Chief Brian Wills declined to comment on WIBW on the relationship between the suspect and victim, noting how additional information will be released once the district attorney's office has made a formalized criminal charging decision. I think they probably don't want to give any information out as well because of the case. They don't want us to go awry with the information. On October the 2nd, 23, our sweet little Zoe, my niece, she's got a GoFundMe campaign, see? Been launched by Zoe's uncle, Justin Ludy, to help offset funeral costs. On October 2nd, 23, our sweet little Zoe, my niece, from a sister, was brutally taken from us. Fundraiser's description reads, with this unexpected tragedy, we're asking for help to lay this precious 5-year-old to rest. Zoe was described on the GoFundMe as a sweet, funny, and goofy little girl who had a great smile and a laugh that lit up the world. Anyone with information on the case is urged to contact the Topeka, Kansas Police Department Criminal Investigation Bureau at 785-368-9400 or email telltpd@topeka.org. I will go to the GoFundMe campaign page now. Here it is, right here. Human rights, darling, we all have them. Think monsters should be stripped of any human rights, but innocent until proven guilty. Well, I think he's been proven guilty, so he's not innocent. I wish somebody would have helped her get off the streets, you know what I'm saying? Wonder where she was when this was taken. She was homeless, had lived in these encampments. Beautiful little girl, stricken short of her life. Justin Ludy is organizer of this fundraiser. Here's what it said. Words cannot express our gratitude to everyone who donated towards Zoe's funeral expenses. The funeral home has graciously offered to cover all expenses. Wow. Thank God for that funeral home that offered to cover all the expenses. Oh man, I got tears. Sorry. With that being said, we're issuing refunds to everyone who donated. Our sole purpose was to only provide a proper funeral for this beautiful angel, our beloved Zozo. On 10/02/23, our sweet little Zoe, my niece, brutally taken from us. With this unexpected tragedy, that's what they were asking for funeral expenses. They're doing what's right, people. So no need to try to send money to them now. But at least we get to see this precious little girl. Yeah, heartbreaking that she was homeless too. Very heartbreaking, devastating. Another homeless person was a culprit, was the monster who did this. What? Let me close that one out for sure. Let me close this one out too. I'm sorry, I can't help it, but I got tears in my eyes. I'm sorry. But tears for the children lost. Tears for their pain and sorrow. Like, I've got a poem that I had written in my book, and I'm going to try to find it right quick. I got to get my book right quick. And I'll read that. I was told before I published it to write a quick something, and I listened to that voice that told me to do that. Okay, so bear with me a minute, please. Got to turn the page and then it kind of sticks together. Called Tears for the Children Lost. I wrote this in January 2021. Tears for the children lost. Tears for the unprotected. Sadness for innocence lost. Joy for the beating hearts. Joy for their breaths of life. Sorrow and mourning, the loss of life. Sorrow and mourning for the pain they felt. Sad they died too young. Tears, sorrow, empathy, and anger at the despicable people responsible. So that's a poem I wrote, and it's in my book, Shattered Innocence. And I just felt like I needed to put that one in here at the end of this broadcast because that's exactly how I feel right now. Thank y'all so much, and God bless y'all. And please share